Hello, and welcome to another episode of me, Rob and MacIver, playing computer games. So today I'm playing for Remains of Edith Finch. So I remember back in the day when the game first got released, I was heard good things about it. And I think I remembered a bit about what the game was, but that was so long ago now that I actually completely forgot what the game's about. Maybe it's walking simulator, maybe, or maybe it's a puzzle game. I think it might be a bit of both, but I absolutely have no idea. They're normally going blind, but this one I feel like I'm even more blind going in. I don't even know what genre this game is, so it should be interesting. So yeah, without further ado, let's see what happened to Edith Finch. Oh, and as usual, cheers to another stream. Oof. Nice organ music to begin with. That font height, that's what, 70s? 80s? I don't even know if it's mouse or I'm presuming mouse. Reminds me of Jaws. In Jaws, one day early. Is that tire still going to remain there? What do you have there? Huh. Alright, I'll go here. Yeah, in Jaws they had one of the earlier exposition scenes was the main character on a boat and the background was moving. I can't answer that whilst he was talking. Right, cool, let's click on this. Is it a woman? I think it's a woman. I'm playing as a woman, I think. The arm's bandaged, broken. Cool.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Cool. There's the house. Shift is to zoom in. Can I do keyboard? Can I do joypad? Yeah, I can, yeah. I roll joypad. Alright. L2 to zoom in.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Cool. Walking simulator. Oh, that's just a menu. Can't seem to activate it. Oh, R1.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Walk Island Gazette. Newspapers has not been picked up.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, okay. Text just got destroyed. I wonder how long this game is. Can I pull off? No.
In her will, my mother left me a key but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Up or down? Let's get down. Ruler left. We've got frogs. Is there one button? Oh, I don't know where I'm going. Man, I'm going on a tangent. Alright, let's go on this way.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Cool. I wonder what else this...
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Well, I'm getting spoken to right now. By myself. Is it a horror? I don't think it's going to be a horror. Is it going to be a horror? Nah.
The house was exactly like I remembered it. The way I'd been dreaming about it.
It's a weird looking house. I don't think that's abiding by health and safety rules, man. It needs to be decommissioned. It reminds me of Blueprints, actually. It's the same kind of setup as Blueprints.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Well, if I walked up the other way, would that text still come up? It's interesting. Who's missing? Milton Finch. I suppose it's my brother. I think in the menu. Ooh. That's not there. Right, that's the menu. Edith, that's me. 992, whatever. Milton, I suppose is my brother. To 2003. So my brother died 7 years ago, was it? So that makes it what? 2010 currently? Lewis 88 to 2010. And everyone's dying. And Gus and Dawn and Gregory, they're my parents, I suppose. Parents, brothers, sorry, uncles. Just checking for them all. Walter, 952, so that's grandparents. Sam as well. Calvin, Barbara, Molly. Odin. We've got Odin there. Great grandfather. Anything want to change it? No. The Finches. Cool.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I
Oh, right.
was afraid of the house.
17. So if I was born 99, that makes me, that makes the year. 20. Yeah, 2016. Cool. Oh, no running. Ah, stop it. I'm pressing buttons to try and run here. Good guys, let's go through the fire entrance. Let's see how that plays out. Oh, fuck.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
It's a bit dark. Do people usually walk this slowly? I've got a side entrance here. Are we actually going through a capital?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Cool, let's turn that back on.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Cool. This reminds me of a game I played a couple of years ago. I wonder if it's the same makers. I can't remember the name of it. There's a girl going back to her house after uni. And it was like middle of the night and it was raining. And no one was in the house. Don't remember the name of it though, but it's very similar to this. Alright, what we got? I need to turn off the brightness, I can't see anything. Yeah, it's brighten up. There you go, over. Key? Can't find a key in it? Oh no, there's a way in. Cool.
For the first time in years.
Edith, Milton, Lewis, Dawn, Eddie. Last 1 years.
I felt like I was home.
Nice house. The models are really good in there as well.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Well, I suppose that's me in the middle there. Cool. In loving memory of Lewis Finch, 88 to 2010, beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great grandson of Eddie. Memorial Service, Finch Family Cemetery. Very cool. LWOT. Random letters. The resolution's really low on that. Nice sheen on the books. Holiday Feast, Witch's Kitchen, Vikings, Belly, Nordic. A lot of Norse mythology going on. Dog food.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Should you be feeding your cat tuna?
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Sounds like a good life. Man, you should clean the plates. Oh. What's that? Must be other flavors of India. More cans. Man, that's a lot of cans.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Oh, that's cool.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Cool. More pictures.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Barbara Finch, film director.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Interesting. Shall we open our front door?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Cool. Can't open the door. Papa, papa, papa.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Put the sand. Yeah, the walk isn't simulated then, yeah? Don't expect there to be any jump scares.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
If in a home?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Right, I suppose we go upstairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Alright, I suppose we've got to look out for the peepholes. Sweet. Molly?
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Everyone's dead.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
What's going on here? Oh, I can see my body.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Does it work?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Alright, let's go check out the other rooms. Quickly.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Two different people. On the moon.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Calvin, right. Nice transition.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
She, child actress then. Yeah. Famous child actress. Can we go in the attic?
Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
One room at a time. Oh, bothered him. Yeah. Film stuff.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
1946, studio era, golden age.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
And computer games love their like Norse mythology. It feels like every other game I play has a reference to Norse mythology. Did I do anything? Oh, I think I did. Alright, let's find the secrets. Can we stand up here? Oof.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Yeah, same as, same as.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Can't open the door. Walker's Island.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Edie. She has a bomb there. 100 years. 107. No, wait. Yeah, 107. Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Right. Oh, I'm very short.
I kept eating and eating.
Oof. Don't know about that.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Is that real? Is that plastic?
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Oof. Am I going to fall to my death?
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Oh, you did? Alright, let's get a bird. Imaginations of a child.
But the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Hmm? Really high up bird's nest.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Alright, just follow the bird. Can I jump on the...
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Alright, let's go to the top then, I suppose.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
I can move the camera around. Can't go up and down though.
Rabbits.
That's cool. Follow the rabbits. Quite relaxing, just floating around it. I suppose that's the nature of walking simulators, or in this case, flying simulators. Alright. Flying the rabbits. Ah, okay, fair enough. Cool. I was too busy just waiting for something to happen, didn't realise. Alright, cool, let's go for it. I've got it.
Looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Man, this girl's hungry. Sure, rabbit's not enough. Well, what do we have?
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Alright then. As you do. Let's get into the sea. It's really weird.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Alright, let's go get some fish. Or people.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Do shark eat seals? I know whales do.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Feels a bit psychopathic. Why imagine eating all these animals?
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Am I a snake now? Oh yeah. I'll go around this way.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh, that's weird. Alright. Oh, okay, I'm not a snake, that's my hand, my tentacle. Oh, let's go on. I have to press the short button to move forward. Alright, let's...
Big, but I moved real quiet.
Sorry, I don't know. Can I go up here? Yeah.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Early. Apparently there's something I want. Oh, let's get him. Let's get him. Okay. There you go. Alright. Move the tentacle, then we move to where the tentacle is.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
The sand looks like snow. Come out of the toilet. Yep. Oh, that's quite cool.
I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Cool.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Yeah, for some reason I don't think she actually turned into a cat. Alright, cool. So we have to go for everyone, I suppose that's the purpose of the game. Good cat. There's a cat. Oh, hello. There's Molly. Can we go back in? Can we go back in? Alright then.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh, I love to have a house like this.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Ba-ba-ba.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
No, shit. Those are like Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Eddie won't go. 72-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of the little forest fire.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Oh, called retro VHS tapes.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Edie. So it was named after her. Check out the rest of the room first.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Which one's Lewis? Papa.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
That's what it is.
Great-Grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
Cleveland's handprints. Very Americana.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Is that me? Take gloves in my left hand. Fingerless gloves. Zerpy. Cool, cool, cool. I think we're done exploring this room.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Crazy flooring. You don't want that in the bathroom. Just couldn't get wet, moldy.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, tell me about it. There's a secret in the bathroom. By Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Anything else of interest here? Nope. Milton. That's one gone missing. Was he inside the house all along? Oh, no. Sam. John Sam. Grandfather. Hello? What's going on up here? Trying to fight. Up. Can't go over here. This area's locked off.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Cool.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh. Everyone's family's broken something. Alright, should get this thing on go properly.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Why is this thing left and right so much? Let's try and get a scan. Why don't you push them back into the forwards? Right, what do I do here? Oh.
At Barbara's
Okay.
funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Is this meant to be played on mouse and keyboard? Over joypad? Then let's try it. Oh. There you go.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
Do we
But that
fall off?
day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
That is so dangerous.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Hey, did it.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Right, I'm resorting to mouse and keyboard. See if what the controls are.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
It's like death all over this family. Everyone has a bad past. These back out into the main hall. Yeah, it looks like it. Didn't see it earlier. Alright, cool.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Swan Lake, she was in Swan Lake.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Barbara. Molly. So I thought Molly was the patrol star, but I was mistaken from looks of it. Dreadful stories.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Halloween. Surprised he got the rights to that music.
Rick?
Yeah, it's the Halloween theme song.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh, cool. Yeah, fuck those cans. Can I go faster?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Cool graphics. I like how you're playing inside a comic book. It's really good design. Just tap everything. Maybe the fridge?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Yeah, fuck that fridge up.
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Yeah, fuck that watch. This one, like it. Makes you want to watch Halloween again. And designs of this is really cool. I've been modelling for a game of recent, so I'm just looking at the models in this. Just getting ideas. Ah. Can I open it? How's it upstairs? Yep, I suppose it's going now. Walter Finch.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and... was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Boyfriend trying to teach her how to scream? She's gonna fall out the window.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
She just killed her boyfriend. Or brother. Can I run in this?
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Classic Halloween trope. Mike Myers just disappearing at the end of the film.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara.
Can I see?
Door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara was a dream come true.
Barbara, that's from
And she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Red Tales of the Crypt. There's a lot of references to like old films. So Barbara, like, Day of the Dead? No, Night of the Living Dead.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
So in Night of the Living Dead, the woman at the very beginning of the film was Barbara, and like there's famous like quote from that movie, "I'm coming to get you, Barbara," which was also in reference in Shaun of the Dead. Also, that was laid out like the film, it's called the 80s, Tales from the Crypt, which would be like a film comprised of 3 short films. And you had like the Crypt Keeper, like a zombie, basically telling you stories. That's cool. Hello, how you doing? You alright? Cool. What do you have now? This is where I came in from, wasn't it? And the cow wants attention. Alright, cool. So yeah, this is up 100% walking simulator then. It reminded me very much of the other game I can't remember the name of, where you explore the house in late 90s, and you're trying to figure out what happened to your family.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Alright. I suppose I go to the music box then.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh. Oh, where's that music box? I think it's downstairs. Put a Halloween theme song in my head now. Can I go faster? There's the music box. Oh, okay, go basement. Cool. It's in the basement.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Sven injured himself.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
You know the grandmother? Yeah.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
A head. Gone. Human head.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Oh shit. I can't see anything.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Double checking. Alright. We're doing all the grandparents first. Yeah.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
So we're doing the Walter story now, I suppose.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
'68.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Survival shelter? Bomb shelter? No.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
But peaches.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Really old lady peaches.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Suggestions bomb shelter into our time. It's a bit risky eating directly from the can, right? Like cut your lip in the process. Oops. Even further on the ground, huh?
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Graphics are really good.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oof.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
How annoyed about curse killing.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Who's my mum? Dawn. It's like hidden drawings from other pages or something. Well, what should I do first? I'll do this. Fake food. I'm sure my mum tried to protect me. Even further underground, huh? A lot of books.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Oh, reminds me of.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Reminds me of Encanto. We don't talk about Bruno.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Oh, get to go on train tracks.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
I like the graphics
But
in
I
this.
thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
You want to go through this way? Just go around
I
via
think
front.
we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Better be. 12 years.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Somebody died. Edie. So, great grandmother. Alvin wanted to fly to the moon, fell off the branch, fell off the swing. Molly, thought she was a cat. Don't know what that means. Barbara, film star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
We gotta go over it.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam, we haven't heard much about Sam. Gregory, Esther, and Gus. So is this the next 3 people we're doing? We seem to be going in order of the great grandparents, wasn't they? We're going from the past to present. Sanjay.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Where the fuck is Sanjay? Sanjay's here.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
That was really dangerous. Cool. Where's the other part of the house? If we went up. Well, I wonder what country we're in. It's a bit of a mystery.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Is that an actual photo? And ooh. Cool, nice chin. Sam 50 to 83. Vietnam then, I suppose. Been too young for a career.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
That's World War II. What year? It's after World War II. Who were born during Korea. Right. K. K. There you go. What's that one about? Nav leaf. Part of the family tree. What did I do? Did I miss something? Oh yeah, did you?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Am I
Yes.
gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
Is there any change in the focus on this?
Not quite.
What?
Oh, okay. There you go. Dawn,
Perfect.
is that?
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
What should I take a picture of? There you go.
Aw.
Oh, this is cool. I like this. It's quite relaxing.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Well, it's
Last time I
interesting.
was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
I'm getting a picture of.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Yeah, that's depressing.
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oof. Yeah, it's quite dark down.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
So Dawn is her mum. That was the child in that. Yeah, I'm getting quite into the story now. How the fuck do you close this? That's gonna fuck her up though, ain't it? Having that as a childhood memory is gonna be terrible. Probably become a vegan or something, right? Quite ironic, yeah, he was talking about hunting to survive. And that was actually the thing that killed him. Wait, do I just leave? Where do I go? And there you go.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
There's my mum's bed. Gregory. How old was Gregory? 1 year. Died in childhood. Divorce between Sam and Kate.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
That's cool.
sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Get the bubbles.
I wonder what he saw.
Did the baby drown in the water? Is it gonna be really dark in person? Come on, let's get it.
What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin.
Cool. Love the song. Is it from the
Lost in his
Nutcracker?
imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Yeah. It's dogs.
It sure made him happy.
Cool. Let's get the whale. Alright, let's get up on that.
I know how
Hey.
silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel her slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Did I drink the bleach? The bubble? Bubble bath? Did I drink that?
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Yeah, I just getting super tired.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
I just get more depressing by the minute, we've got four more people to. I suppose we're doing Gus next. I like how every person has their own like mini game, I suppose. Like the way you interact with the universe is quite unique to the person. And like the beginning of this game, I was kind of like not very invested, but now like emotionally like drawn into the game.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Chocolate doodlers.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Really? Oh, there.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Can we get struck by lightning? He's gonna get struck by lightning. Fuck.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Am I dead? Am I like a ghost or something? What's this? Place flag, breakfast, quiet time, duties, routine. Ba, 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 ba. Or climb.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Now entering the 80s. Bible? Yeah, let's do Bible first.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Sanjay, there's Sanjay. Dawn and Sanjay used to go out. Apple II PC, is that? Fly to India. Okay. So as a boyfriend, my dad, maybe? Or maybe just a random thing. 986.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, I thought we were going to get more. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. Where to now? Do I go back now? Hold on. I feel like I missed something. Ba, 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 ba. I wonder if this is going to be a short game. Like a lot of walking sims tend to be quite short. I wonder if we finish off this stream. That's a really weird looking child. Kermit. Ah, window.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Louis being the oldest, yeah. There's like a 10-year gap between me and Louis. I was going up the really precarious stairs.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Okay, so...
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Mint-thyme sage basil.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Cool. This kind of reminds me of my childhood in the 80s, actually. Thinking back to memories. Just like the design of all the stuff in this room.
But it didn't last.
Right, who do we have here? Am I the baby? There's 4. Who's the 4th? Oh no, there's 3 there, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what I said 4. So that's me, Milton and Lewis. And Dawn and Sanjay. To teach and to learn.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Yeah. Milton disappeared. gonna find his corpse in here or something. Also, at the very beginning of the game, I was on a boat traveling out. Was that to the island over there? The end of the game. Maybe it's gonna come up. Oh, we still got higher to go.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Cool. There's a nice one. Okay.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
It's like Inception. Flickception. Cool.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Right. We've got 3 rooms left to go. 4 rooms.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
He's gone a bit mad.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room, except Louis.
A crazy design for a house. In the way in. Pakistan hurts, so I'm gonna have like I'm gonna break in a sec. Break out. Lewis Finch locker contents. Papa. Is there another way around? There must have missed like up the pipe. Along the pipe. Oh, is that an interaction button? Ugh. This would be a nice place to live there. Oh, I loved it in this place as a kid. Alright.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Shisha. How old is he? 88. 4 years younger than me. The Wonderland Turbo. PlayStation memory cards it. VHS. Yeah, I swear this is the maker of the game I played. The one where the girl goes off the university back to her house. And it's middle of the night, it's raining. Set up like a horror game, but it's a walking sim. I swear this is a game they made after that. It has the same vibe. This would be a really cool place to chill out as well. Well, I love the atmosphere in this. You get like sucked in the more you play it.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, fuck the fish. Playing minigame.
I asked him to describe it.
That's very cool.
He said he started small,
He's gonna cut his hand off, ain't he?
imagining a labyrinth.
Just like me when I work.
Feel his way about.
Right, let's get some work on again. What happened? What do I do? Well, did I glitch it? Did I glitch the game? I think I glitched the game. I think it went out of bounds. Let me just go back here. Yeah, I'm out of bounds. I didn't even see what I was doing. I was too busy cutting fishes' heads off. I think I got about here. Oh, that's quick. Hopefully he hasn't saved. Oof. It's a very good point to actually have a 10-minute break actually. So yeah, see you guys in 10 minutes. Alright, bye. Bye. See you. I'm back for another session of Remains of Edith Finch. Hopefully it loads up and just outside, just before a minigame. That'll be good. And a Puna. They're the ones who help produce or what's the word? Published
Lewis's room smelled
thing,
very familiar.
That
That part of him lived on.
Alan Wake and Control, I think, maybe. Don't remember. Cool. Alright, cool. It's good. I'm back here. And I'd love to have this room.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Alright, let's not go out.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Sassy, I think you need to move. Oh.
He'd feel his way about.
Oh my god, it's good. Sounds like you would join. Alright, cool. Let's not go out of bounds this time.
Then something moved. Bats.
Alright, that's me.
And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Can I get a fish? Oh, okay. That's cool.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Oh, cool.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Oh, I like the graphics.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. some songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Until one day I got my
Then one day it
handles.
struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
My
They begged him to
reference.
stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome Queen.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant Rainbow.
radiant rainbows.
Come on, pick up. Pull it. This game's easy. I'm not picking up nearly as much as I used to.
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp. Sounds good. Yeah.
silver harp.
Not picking up anything anymore.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
That's cool.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Oh, this is cool.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Not back to reality. Oh, fingers are hurting a bit. I think the mic is positioned badly. The keyboard, as I said. Surprised he didn't chop his hand off. Was that DS?
We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
Is that a cat? Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Don't want to put your head there.
And the rest I think you know.
Jesus.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Is everyone on the list apart from Dawn and Eddie? Edie. Great grandmother and mother. Yeah, each section, each person gets better and better, like storytelling wise. Yeah, it was quite mesmerizing, that section. It was again like more depressing and more fucked up as well. Am I going to commit suicide at the end of this, I think?
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Edith,
My My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
I was in. Sanjay, oh no, that's her husband. Disaster relief. Evac specialist. Did he die as well?
What
Oh
happened
yeah,
that
it said.
night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Edith. It's me.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
That's pretty cool.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
On the baby now? Inside
This
it?
journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
All these photos are left from the 90s. Is that Game Boy? Game Boy Color. So what's that, 95 or something? The art direction is really good in this. Like, yeah, the models and the art assets are really cool as well. And just like the inventiveness of each of the chapters, I suppose, that's how you put it. Nice here on C.G. Johan's name in the ending credits. Huh. Unlockable Pokemon. environmental artist, concept artist, character artist, 2D artist. They're getting kids to work for this company. Just kidding. Producer Alvin. It's a nice concise game as well. It was a perfect length. I think when it got to that Dreadful Stories bit, I wasn't like terribly invested in the story. That and the cat. I didn't know where like the story was going, so I wasn't really that invested. But as soon as we came to the later chapters, well, like basically after that, the comic book, it just started getting more and more engaging. And that's a good thing about like Morgan Sims. It's like you can really focus on the emotion of it. Whereas like focus on the storytelling. Anna Puna. I never really knew how to pronounce that properly. Puna. Is it? Who are these people? So what happened to the brother? And they said the grandmother Edith disappeared. It's a lot of playtesters. Said she was gone. But what does she mean by gone? Trickles trees smell my feet. Yeah, I swear this is people who made that other game that I played, where she goes in the house at night time. It has a very similar vibe, storytelling wise. Hey. The replay story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Did I get one? Is there like more secrets I didn't get? Yeah, like Bumped Milton. Oh, in an individual story. Yeah, it was quite an emotional game. It's good. Should we recruit? Yeah. That'd be a good time to leave it. That was a nice short game for this one-off session. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. That's What Remains of Edith Finch. It was really good. Very good storytelling. Up next, I'll be streaming next on Thursday. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to be playing. I'm actually just going to look at my archive now. I've basically gone through every game on my Steam. One of the people did do Esther. No. Firewatch. We've got Firewatch. I could do that. Everyone's talking about how good Firewatch is. And the Talos Principle as well. Yeah, those are the only two games I really have to play stream-wise. So I'd be one of those who probably do Firewatch. Anyway, that was good. That was a good game. I enjoyed that. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and see you guys Thursday, 6 PM to probably to 8. I think I'll be Twitch with Don't Be Fine nights after that, from 8 to 10. So yeah, if you enjoyed this and you're watching this on Twitch, feel free to check out my other stuff that's on my YouTube channel. Link is in the bio. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can head over to my Twitch channel and join me on Thursday if you like. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and see you guys around. Bye.